Welcome to the Chip Observer, the podcast where we look beyond buzzwords and try to navigate the ins and the outs of the semiconductor industry and explore how technology is evolving and transforming our daily lives. As always, we're presented by TechInsights, the definitive source of semiconductor analysis with continued focus on growth and providing value to the industry. And to get the most out of this podcast, we suggest you subscribe and follow to get the latest news and updates. Today, we're looking at the highly anticipated Mobile World Congress, scheduled to take place from March 3rd to the 6th in Barcelona, Spain. And working with some of our key directors, subject matter experts, and analysts in radio frequency and wireless components, we're trying to get a beat on the highlights, key trends, and the companies making the biggest waves in 2025. Also, because there's a lot happening at this show, with over 100,000 participants expected and over 200 countries presenting. And just for the sake of time, we're going to approach this episode as a pre-game warm-up to the post-Congress chats we'll have with our experts in the coming weeks. Just to give everyone the time to digest the information and details that will come from the Congress, this episode is going to be short and sweet and to the point. So what are we looking at? Well, the Congress is the world's biggest mobile industry event, set to showcase groundbreaking innovations, from next-gen smartphones and AI-powered devices to advancements in 5G, IoT, and sustainable technologies. We're probably also going to see a lot of focus on privacy implications of AI, as well as the growth of non-terrestrial networks and satellite communications. And of course, we may need to factor in rising geopolitical impacts on the semiconductor industry. This year's theme centers around Converge and Connect, highlighting the evolution from hardware-driven innovation to intelligent user-centric solutions. And when reviewing this with our team, the consensus seems to be that the spotlight is shifting towards user experience with the integration of AI in mobile applications. Beyond major offerings like Google's Gemini and Apple's Apple Intelligence, there seems to be a growing interest in agentic AI. This type of AI involves agents that learn and predict user behavior, providing proactive suggestions and guiding decision-making. Such advancements are heavily reliant on edge processing and AI acceleration, making them particularly relevant for application processors, memory, and semiconductor providers, all of whom are closely watching the development of mobile AI. These advancements also lend themselves to privacy concern when it comes to AI-powered mobile devices, especially in comparison to traditional cloud-based AI systems. And let's not forget to factor in the intriguing dichotomy between the development strategies of Eastern versus Western nations. For instance, China's approach is significantly influenced by its unique mobile market, largely shaped by the absence of Google services. This situation has driven Chinese OEMs to cultivate distinct AI strategies. Discussing this further with our analysts, the question regarding mobile devices as personal companions, handling sensitive information, lends to the idea that it is essential that privacy guardrails should inherently become the norm. Western models tend to prioritize user privacy amid complex regulations and government oversight. The implications of these differing approaches become particularly relevant as we explore the role of edge AI, enhancing user security and reducing latency, juxtaposed against traditional cloud-based services. Some possible approaches to addressing privacy, while still balancing speed and latency, is to process much of the AI functionality directly on the device, or at the edge, rather than relying solely on the cloud, allowing for real-time AI processing while keeping personal data as secure as possible. One proposed example mirroring Apple's use of a combined encrypted cloud AI services and on-device AI processing, allowing devices to learn and adapt to individual user behaviors, while maintaining a certain level of privacy. Although still in the early stages of this technology, the general thought here is the evolution of AI at the edge will reshape both the industry and the mobile experience in the coming years, with long-term developments expected over the next decade. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing if and how this would be addressed at the Mobile World Congress. Of course, not everything and everyone is focused on AI, and there's other growing opportunities on the horizon. For example, the expansion of mobile networks is also seeing a remarkable shift with the growth of non-terrestrial networks and satellite communications. As we navigate through these developments, the discussion around NTNs and satellite communications is equally pressing. The integration of satellite-based solutions into mobile connectivity presents both opportunities and challenges, particularly regarding power consumption, device size, and antenna requirements. Could satellite communication serve as a true alternative to traditional mobile networks, or will it primarily function as a backup solution? Currently, we're witnessing companies like Apple, Google, Samsung, and Huawei adapting this technology for mobile use while adhering to existing 3GPP standards. Additionally, we're also seeing a growing shift in onshoring efforts, with a shift in custom and captive silicon by industry leaders like Apple, Xiaomi, and MediaTek, who are heavily investing in proprietary chip development to optimize performance and enhance vertical integration. And companies like Huawei are adapting by focusing on proprietary technologies and expanding into emerging markets. No doubt in part due to the ongoing geopolitical and trade policy implications. However, these shifts do not come without their challenges, including the high costs and complexities associated with the potential of in-house chip design and manufacturing. This raises broader concerns about how geopolitical tensions influence the semiconductor supply chain and the potential for a return to brand-specific ecosystems reminiscent of Apple's dominance. In either case, it's imperative that the long-term ramifications of these policies, especially concerning relationships between countries like the US, Canada, and Mexico, are closely looked at. With China's approach characterized by significant government control, it raises questions about how satellite communications will impact mobile network expansion globally, and how its strategies differ from those of other nations. Hopefully, these topics will spark further conversations, possibly at the Mobile World Congress itself, on how these challenges can be addressed. We'd like to thank our analysts, Chris Taylor, Wayne Lamb, Eric Balassier, and Radu Trandafir for sharing their notes and insights. Note that the contents discussed here today were for informational purposes only and don't reflect views or opinions of the institutes or organizations mentioned. To get the most out of this podcast, please subscribe and follow to get the latest news and updates. And for more semiconductor details with a snapshot on the industry, we invite you to visit us online at TechInsights.com and sign up to become a guest user. There, you'll gain access to our platform with complimentary reports, analysis, specialists, and industry-related news. We'll catch you next time with more observations and insights, where every listen brings us closer to the stories that matter. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and stay insightful.